Hey everyone, welcome back to the Retro Reef, and I want to talk about my experiences with Overwatch 2. So to be completely honest, I was not a fan of the whole Overwatch 2 situation. Even leading in before launch, I just didn't see the need because I really enjoyed the first Overwatch. That said, I tried to go in with an open mind, even though, looking back, I probably didn't have an open mind. And after playing the game, I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to do. And I kind of want to talk about that here today and give you my overall thoughts because I did really enjoy my time with it. That said, there's a lot of things I don't like about it, and it's just a shame to see kind of the state of Overwatch, in my opinion, now, because it's just such a fun game. So I just want to take a few minutes to talk about that, and let's start with the launch. So the launch, I don't want to spend too much time on this because there's been plenty of memes, as I'm sure you've seen. There's been plenty of jokes, plenty of posts out there people couldn't get on, and I definitely fell into that category. I couldn't get into the game for about 48 hours because of the queue times, and I know that Blizzard came out and said that they were being hacked a few times, or once they came out and said that. They also said that I read somewhere that they were releasing servers slower. I don't know how that works, but I would be shocked if that was the case, but it doesn't matter what the reason is at this point. It's kind of, in my opinion, a disgrace that you get rid of Overwatch 1, no one can play it, and then no one can play Overwatch 2 for 24 to 48 hours, a good majority of the people. To me, it's like, I don't understand the logic in that, because it just, whatever it is, and maybe it was hacks, but you're opening yourself up to that type of stuff with an online-only game, with a big launch like this, the amount of people who want to get on. So, it was just a mess, and made me not want to play it, so it is what it is. But my issue was, after that, once I got in, I couldn't play half the characters because my account wouldn't merge, and that took 24 hours for my account to merge, and I wasn't happy about that. So now we're like 3 to 4 days out because I think the one day I didn't even try to play, and I still haven't touched this game. And I used to love Overwatch, so it was interesting to me. I had buddies who got on right away, no issues, and I had friends in the same boat as me where we just couldn't get on. So I went in already pissed, to be completely honest. But going in, I played last night for a few hours. I played this morning for a few more hours. And I do have to say, I really enjoy it. It's Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch, I always enjoyed it. It's fun. It's different. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me personally, I enjoy kind of, just besides a Call of Duty, a first-person shooter, this is different. Obviously, being a hero shooter, and I kind of enjoy that format a little more than the Call of Duties. They get a little stale to me. So I had a lot of fun, and I think the biggest thing for me was dropping from 6 players to 5 players. I really liked the idea of it just opened the map up a little more. And I think when I was playing, when we were trying to coordinate a few times, I forgot that it wasn't 6 players. But I did really enjoy having the 5 players. I think it's a welcome change. I do think it opens the map more, changes strategy a little bit more, makes it a little less spammy. With healers I just really enjoyed it. So at the end of the day, I really welcome that change. And the mechanics of the game, I never had a problem with the Overwatch 1 mechanics. Like, everything felt great. My problem with this is Overwatch 2, to me personally. Now, I also am not a hardcore Overwatch player. It didn't feel any different than Overwatch 1. Nothing felt more fluid. Nothing felt, at least from my standpoint. So that's something I would expect going into Overwatch 2. And I didn't get that, so I was a little disappointed with that. That said, I was pleased at the same time because I didn't have any problems with Overwatch 1. It felt great. Overwatch 2 felt great. So, I guess it's not really a complaint, just kind of in the middle. I just expect the change. It just feels like the exact same game. The other thing that I guess I would definitely dislike, I didn't like at the end of the match, there's no voting screen. I know it's small and it's stupid, and it didn't really change anything in terms of like getting more XP or give you, I don't know, rewards or anything. It didn't really do anything, but it was nice to like reward the healers, because they're not picking up the kills. So it was nice if it was a really good healer, they would typically get the bump, even if they're on the other team. You would see that at times. So it's nice to get that little recognition and to have that in there if someone was really good, to kind of showcase, hey, like, you killed it. and that's not there. So I don't know why, to me, that bothered me. It's small, stupid. I totally understand nitpick, but I really enjoyed that. That's gone. And I never thought I would say this, but I miss the loot boxes. I completely miss the loot boxes. I'm not a microtransaction fan, not a microtransaction person, but I also really, I think Overwatch did a great job with it. That was just my opinion. I thought it's a great way to earn skins, and all types of like icons, the voices, the separate animations at the end when you win, highlight reels. So it was fun to get all that stuff, all the cosmetic stuff. And now you are relying on this battle pass, and the battle pass looks terrible. The people I was playing with play Overwatch way more than me, way better than me, and across the board they're not getting it because they're like, it looks stupid, why would I get that? And then you can't even get the next season battle pass within the current battle pass. So I don't understand the purpose. Like there's nothing good in there that's appealing to everyone. So then you have to pay real money to buy these skins, and of course they're jacked up prices. So it's just, I feel like I'm not achieving anything when I play anymore. So I think that's what upsets me. And, after a couple matches, maybe having 1 or 2 loot boxes, if you were at the end of the XP and you played enough to gain another loot box, or doing the arcade mode, getting loot boxes, it's just a shame because I used to enjoy just like before signing up, open up a few loot boxes, see if you get anything fun. So I understand the purpose. They want to move and try to make money through loot boxes, but I meant through the battle pass. But the loot boxes, they did such a good job. I just don't understand why they tried to maybe say, hey, if you really want this skin, you can pay a little extra and get it. I think that would have been more welcoming. I think people would have done that. Maybe lower the chances on getting skins. They already weren't very high to begin with, but I just think there were other avenues to take. This battle pass just isn't going to, I don't think it's going to work for them, to be honest with you. You always get people buy it, people will buy it, people will enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. From everyone I've talked to and I've seen online, and friends who I know played, they're not buying it because they just don't see the value in it. And it's the same issue that Halo Infinite fell into. There's no value in the battle pass, none. That other issue is grinding up the battle pass, and I noticed the few games I played, you could definitely grind this battle pass out. That said, I was surprised. I thought I would have maybe leveled up a little quicker, but it wasn't bad in Overwatch 2. Nowhere near compared to what Halo Infinite was, but I do see a lot of similarities in these that pissed me off about Halo Infinite that are now starting to piss me off about Overwatch. So we will see. And the last thing that I would say I didn't like is the shields. So I noticed they did change some champions around. I played Arista without really looking at what they changed, and the spear, I don't know what's going on. Apparently you can pin them in the walls. I never got it to work. And the one time I think I got it to work, I didn't really get I thought it would stun them longer or something. Like, it just didn't do anything that benefited me, to be honest. So I was a little upset by that because I was looking at it and I'm just like, I don't understand all these character changes if they're not needed. Like, I felt like a lot of them were forced. And I did read and I noticed that they are trying to move away from the shields and they want it more damage based and everything. So I get that. And I like that. I enjoy that. I think that's fun. But I also liked how unique it was. Like, I felt like Overwatch was so unique. Overwatch 2, I feel like, is starting to lean more towards those Call of Duties, and they're trying to get towards that way, and I don't want that. Like, I don't get it. Personally, I just don't. I think there are ways they could have kept shields on characters, or kept some of the abilities on certain characters. Like, Mei being able to freeze, that was like her big thing. Do I think it was overkill sometimes? Yes. But if you knew what you were doing, you can get around it. Now, I had a Mei come up to me, and I'm just like, it's slowing me down, but like, I don't know. I just don't get it, to be perfectly honest. And the shields, I feel like they could have maybe put like a timer on them a little more. Like they would stay up less, so maybe the timer would be less, but the shields are only alive for X amount of time and can take less damage before they break. I think there's ways they could have done that where they could have kept the champions or heroes, true to themselves without having to do these overhauls. So it's something I dislike a little bit because now I can never go back and play Overwatch 1 because I like that a little better as of now. I can never do that because I shut it down, and my game's a coaster, as in the Reef rating video that hopefully you saw. It's just, the game's useless now, so it's upsetting just because I'm forced to play this, and I enjoy my time, but I don't see the benefits. So that's all. I just want to take a few minutes here and give you my thoughts on Overwatch 2. I don't think the game's not going to die. Overwatch is a big series. People love it. I enjoy it. I will always find myself going back to play it with friends. I have a couple friends who are really big into it, and I do enjoy my time I play with them. But any chance I had of buying a battle pass, putting money into this game, playing very competitively are out the window because it's just different. And I don't think change is bad. I think that's a big thing. Society, people, you need to embrace change versus being so afraid of it. But I think in the case of Overwatch 2, I just don't understand the purpose. Like, I don't get it, and it's just not for me. I think there's some things I like, some things I dislike, but there are other games I'd rather play. And with everything else going on at that company, I'll pick it up, play it every so often, but I'm not gonna give them any more of my money. I mean, they don't need it. So there's other games, if I like, I'll do that, but not for Overwatch 2. So that's my thoughts and opinions. If you have listened this long or watched this long, definitely thank you. Definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see some more videos similar to this and content like this. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video. Later.